Hello, 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 everyone. Good afternoon on the East Coast. Good morning everywhere else. How are you? I hope you all are having a phenomenal week. We have made it past the midway point. You are doing a great job. You are hanging in there. You are rocking it out. Continue to do what it is that you are blessed to do, called to do, gifted to do, what you are trained to do, what you are talented enough to do. I'm telling you, you are rocking it out. So great job to you. Okay. So I have a little message for you just briefly. Not going to take too much of your time. I try not to anyway, because I know you all got other things that you can be doing right now. Okay. But in any case, I want you to know that in the midst of all of this stuff that's happening, you guys, it can be so overwhelming, right? It could be so overwhelming with having to face the everyday happenings of what's happening, the COVID-19, the vaccine, the stimulus stuff, the election, and all of the hoopla around that. You got your everyday matters, your children, your spouses, your mates, your jobs, your careers, your businesses, your cars, your everything. You got everything going on, the weather, the affordability of this, your utilities, your mortgage, your rent. It's so much happening, right? So much happening right now, okay? That it can be very overwhelming to someone, all right? And to stay focused during these times, it can be even harder, all right? So here's the thing that I want you to do, even in the midst of all of these things. Understand that everything is purposeful. Everything. We may not understand why, something that's going on. We may not understand what the reason is at all. But I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you that every single thing is purposeful. But in the midst of all of that's happening around you, it is very imperative for you to continue to be whatever that is. It is imperative for you to choose to be, because you can fall prey to your circumstances very easily. It is so easy to fall prey to what's happening in your mind, what's happening in your soul, what's happening in your environment, what's happening in these situations around you. You can very, very easily slip into all of those things and paying attention to the outwards, to paying attention to the without instead of the within. You understand? Paying attention to what you can, what's temporal, what's subject to change, being swayed by circumstances, by situations, all of those things, instead of getting a grip on yourself and choosing to be no matter what. Choosing to be no matter what. Do you know how much power it takes, how much authority it takes, how much discipline it takes to choose to be? You know how much bravery and courage it takes to choose to be no matter what? Now, Ms. B, what are you talking about, choose to be? I'm going to break it down for you. You got to choose to be. Choose to be thoughtful. Choose to be beautiful. Choose to be respectful. Choose to be loving. Choose to be kind. Choose to be humble. Choose to be exceptional. Choose to be intentional. Choose to be brilliant. Choose to be happy. Choose to be forgiving. Choose to be bold. Choose to be communicative. Choose to be open. Choose to be teachable. Choose to be initiating. Choose to be rhythmic. Choose to be unapologetic. Choose to be purposeful. Choose to be gifted. Choose to be mindful. Choose to be creative. Choose to be progressive. Choose to be inclusive. Choose to be divine. Choose to be you. No matter what the situation, no matter what the circumstance, no matter what what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, we have to understand that we cannot be swayed by our five senses. You know, these things are very deceiving. What you see is not really what you see. What you hear is not really what you hear. What you feel is not really what you feel. What you taste is not really how it tastes. Okay? All of those things, everything is changeable. So it's not like it's set in stone. Those are temporary circumstances. You cannot alter your character, your behavior, your routine, your tradition, your mannerisms, your thought process based on a temporary situation. Do not do that. Do not do that, because once the situation is over, that attitude that you've adopted, guess what? It sticks around because you've created a habit. You've created a habit. If the situation stays around you, if the situation, the circumstances that you're in that cause that change to come in you, if it lasts 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, the longer you stay in that attitude about the situation, the longer that attitude will be here. You're making it, it's more and more embedded in you. It gets more and more embedded, and then all of a sudden it becomes your natural way of being. And the situation is long gone, but that bad attitude is still here. That rudeness is still here. That arrogance is still here. That ugliness is still here. Situation gone. But all of the bad attributes, character attributes that you've adopted because of the situation sticks around. No. In the midst of your troubles, in the midst of your situation, in the midst of your circumstance, you have to choose to be something different. It's a decision. Our bad attitudes, our bad outlooks are not, that's just the way it is. No. You have 100% control of yourself. You have 100% control of your attitude. Even when your emotions want to take you to a place, well, I'm just not having a good day. Why is that? Is it because you chose to not have a good day? Is it because you chose to not see the day as good? Because any day that I'm breathing is a good day. Hello, somebody. Any day where I have the activity of my limbs is a good day. Any day where I wake up in a warm bed is a good day. I wake up with a roof over my head. That's a good day, if you ask me. Any day that I could put some food in my mouth and nourish myself, oh, that's a great day. So because it didn't pan out the way you thought it should, it's not classified a good day anymore. So you see the whole day in a negative way because of one circumstance. You see the whole situation in a negative way because of one circumstance. That right there sounds a little ungrateful to me. I mean, sounds a little ungrateful to me. So you are willing to forego all of the good to focus your attention and alter your mood and your attitude on one bad? Interesting. Which makes me understand why we forsake all of the beauty that we're surrounded with on a day-to-day basis. We've done it so often to where now it's habit. We don't pay attention to the sun in the sky anymore. We don't pay attention to the cool of the breeze. We don't pay attention to the warmth from the sun. We don't pay attention to the trees swaying back and forth for us. We don't pay attention to the beauty of flowers anymore. We don't pay attention to the whimsical behavior of insects anymore because we're so stuck in being upset about something. We don't pay attention to the gratefulness of a meal, a hot meal at that. Because we're so angry about something that happened at work. We don't pay attention to being surrounded by loving people that love us, that would do anything for us, because we're so accustomed to them being here. So, they're not going nowhere. It's just them. How many times have you said that? Oh, that's just such and such. You disregard and dismiss their very value in your life. You dismiss who they are. All because you're used to it. But the moment, God forbid, the moment this person is snatched from here, all of the shame, all of the regret. Oh, I wish I would have said, or I wish I would have did, or I wish we had more time. Well, you had time and you didn't appreciate it because you chose not to be. You chose not to be grateful. You chose not to be in the moment. You chose not to be appreciative of the entity that was them. Sometimes you got to step outside of yourself and choose to be the opposite. You got to step outside of that circumstance, that situation, and choose to be the opposite. You cannot stay the same and try to excuse it with justification. You cannot stay the same. Somebody told me a long time ago, excuses don't explain and explanations do not excuse. There is never an explanation for you to remain in a bitter, ugly, negative state. There's no excuse. Because what you've gone through does not outweigh what somebody else goes through. And somebody else could go through some of the worst things that you have never experienced. And they choose to have a good attitude, a good outlook, to be happy and all of those things. What's your excuse? Because you haven't went through half of what they went through, but you want to have a pout face like you just ate a lemon. That's the thing that we need to change today. We cannot continue in this process, in this life, thinking that things are going to change in our favor with the same attitude that we've had before. You have to adjust some things about yourself if you want to walk into some new realms. If you want to take part in some new things. You cannot take the old way into new ventures. You can't do that. You have to shed some skin. You have to choose to be. All right? Let's make a dedicated, conscious decision today to choose to be. Choose to be. You all have a phenomenal rest of the day. I love you. I mean it. There's absolutely positively nothing you can do about it. All right? We will talk to you another time.